understand that arguments aren't always meant to be won. So there's a trap of thinking that there can only be one on top of the mountain. And if that is true, then that's a very lonely place to be. And arguments, in my view, are an opportunity to create understanding.
I think you gotta have a dream.
The School of Greatness.
Really? Yeah.
Please welcome Lewis Howes.
You are a board-certified Texas trial lawyer that has gone viral on social media with your daily messages of inspiration, building confidence, how to deal with touchy situations and conversations, arguments, how to deal with unpleasant human beings, and how to stay calm and peaceful and create amazing outcomes in conversations.
That's right.
And I'm curious, with all of your experience as a trial lawyer, where was the time that you were the most in the stickiest situation in a trial where you thought there's no way I'm going to get out of this, or we're not going to win this case because I don't have the skill set, or it's not going our way?
Right.
And what did that teach you about how to be more prepared for future cases?
So one of my first trials that I had, it was the first one by myself. Often in the legal world, you have like an associate, you have a partner, you have somebody who's with you. And that was the first one by myself. And this was a larger case. And when you get there, there's this perception, especially when you're young, you know, you're the ink on your signature card on your bar card isn't dry yet. They can smell the green on it.
Yeah, you have no clue what you're doing.
No, and you can feel that pressure because most of the time, even when I'm 26, 28, I'm younger than my client. And so there's like, but that just happens.
He doesn't have confidence in you. Yeah.
Right. It's just so there's that level of trust. I know I'm going to be doing it. And it was a full panel. You have different juries depending on what court it's in. There's like county courts that are 6, different constitutional courts, and a court of 12. That's typical panel, what you see on TV. And
so this was panel of 12.
Yeah, panel of 12. And it was a larger case. The other side had 2 attorneys on it from a bigger firm. And they were the ones that were like suit and tie, looked clean. It ended up working out for me that way. But I got in this sticky situation when I was talking with a witness and I was crossing this witness and I started to get like really defensive. I started to let what they were saying get after me. You have these difficult witnesses who...
This wasn't your witness.
This was not my witness. This was an expert on the other side. So these are people who are paid obscene amounts of money from the other side to testify on an expert opinion. But this guy he's a veteran. I mean,
he knew what to say.
He knew, he chewed me up like the finest piece of steak, man. I mean, he got me good. But what I took away from that was just day one. That was just day one. I ended up winning the trial.
Okay.
But it was because I didn't allow myself. So we did a second day. That's the second time for him to go on the stand.
Oh, wow.
And the next day I did something different. I aligned my thoughts of how I wanted to approach the situation before I even got in it. I didn't do that the first day.
What does that mean?
Yeah, so typically, at what we're doing every day, we're just going by the seat of our pants. Or you're just in it. It's easy to get overwhelmed. It's easy to get in that moment. And all of a sudden, you're just kind of surviving in the conversation. So you're looking for different ways to maybe hurt somebody, to have a zinger.
To defend yourself.
You got it. Yeah, very much so. And I remember getting in my car going, I can't do that again. I can't do that again. And I started coming up with different phrases that I would tell myself to help align me in the moment.
When he does this again, when I get defensive
you
again,
got it.
When I get triggered and he says something that I know isn't cool, but he's trying to get under my skin, how am I going to respond?
You got it. You got it. And so there was this need for me being on my own. There was I didn't have any other people from the firm with me, of trying to prove myself. And sometimes when we have that pressure on, there's that need to overpromise, overdo, and you end up, what you say, trying to look cute, and you overextend yourself.
Yeah.
And this time I wasn't going to do that. So I started to write things on the top of my yellow notepad to kind of just like make sure I sunk these things into my brain.